I think my monthly revenue is like, I think 3M or 3.5M.
Wow.
My monthly revenue. That was what we did last month. Didn't even spend a
Wow.
dime on myself. Like the first 6 months, like I didn't spend anything on myself. Any single money I made went back into the business, repeating the cycle. Every single profit I made. Like the mentality you will need to make 1 million, your first 1 million in business is different from the mentality you need to make your first 10 million. So that was why I had to scale. I had to employ people, because before I didn't want to employ. I was like, I can do it. I can do it myself. But I was like, no. My time is money. So instead of doing small things that won't generate me money, I need to employ people to do that for me.
Damien is a 5.0, you heard that right, 5.0 GPA student who also runs a very successful online anime merchandising store. Even now I'm like, what is that? So today, I can't wait to talk to him to learn more about that. We're going to ask him, when he finishes school, is he going to go through that part of like chemical engineering, or is he going to focus on his online, anime shop, or is he going to do both? Let us hear from him. Damien, when I was introducing you and even having a conversation with you, I'm completely blown away by what you do. You are just 19-years old and you also run a very successful online anime store. I would love to know, what made you get into that field of work? How did you even think about that?
Actually, the truth is, I don't know if you watch anime, but there was this anime I was watching one time. It's this item in the anime that one of the characters we are wearing, and I was like, wow, I want this because I think it looked cool. And then I went online and I tried finding it, and then I saw that all the stores that I could get it from were outside the country, at places like India, USA, UK. And I was like, why can't we have this here in Nigeria? Why do I have to shop all the way from UK just to get anime merch? Why can't I have it here in Nigeria? So I decided, since I want it, let me do it for everybody that might want it just like me, because I definitely knew that people would watch this and say, I want to get this, but they couldn't because they're in Nigeria. So I was like, let me be the one to help people solve this problem of getting anime merch in Nigeria. And that was how my business came to be. Started it last 2 years. After I got admission into the whole break, the Corona period break.
So you got admission into Unilag to study chemical engineering, and just that break before you went into school, where other people, you're just a secondary school student, you are not obligated to get into a business before you start school. Yeah. Why did you decide to start that?
Actually, my mom is the only one that takes care of all of us in the house. So at that period, I think me and my sister, we had admission the same time. I think it's because of the corona, but her admission shifted and all. So we had admission the same time. So because of that, I felt like when school resumes, I don't want my mom to have to sort out all the bills for 2 of us at the same time. To be a lot on her. So I felt like, why don't I just start something to cut down that stress and maybe take off my own expense from her side.
And at this time, you were like 17 years old?
Yes, I was 11, 18.
Thinking like this?
I was 17 years old, yeah.
Wow. I am so impressed. I can't believe it. I'm super impressed. So now that you are in the university, you're studying chemical engineering, you shared with me that you are a straight 5.0 GPA student. Hello. And your business is also really successful. I want to ask now that when you are in school, or even when you finish school, do you plan on continuing that online business, or do you want to focus on your chemical engineering path, or you want to do both? How do you want to navigate it?
Yeah, honestly, I think my business already took scale before I even got admission to school. So I already had this question at the back of my mind before entering into school. So I had to decide based on my own personal interest that I want to continue schooling. I want to pursue my academics. Like, I don't have any other choice, because that was the only way I could get my GPA, my current GPA. So that was the only way I could reach that GPA, because I have to think of it like it's my only way out and focus fully on it. It's not like it's my only way out. It's just that I actually love studying. I love the thrill of academic excellence, or excelling academically. I love that part of life. I was tempted at some point, because running the business and going to school is extremely hard. So I was tempted, because I know that what I can do if you give me a week at home, not going to school, is take my business like 10 steps further. If I stay at home and don't do anything, just walk, nothing of going to school, take my business like I tell you what I've done this summer or this break.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's this summer I used to open my shop. It's summer I used to learn different skills. Summer I used to scale my business. Just this break. And when I started, it was very confused. I didn't know what to do, how to go about it. I was just a 17-year-old. So I was just like, let me just start posting and putting my stuff out there. So at that period, I think I was still getting like 2 orders a week, 5 orders a week. It was very slow for me. It started from 0 orders a week to 1 order a week. Sometimes I would not even get undershot the entire week. So it was a lot for me to handle then. So it was very, very slow. But then I decided to start advertising more, because before then I used to undermine the importance of advertising. I think that it's just something that people do that I can do without it. But then I was like, nah, I need to scale up. I need to put more into my advertising. So most of my profits that time went into advertising. I didn't even spend a dime on myself. Like the first 6 months, like I didn't spend anything on myself. Any single money I made went back into the business, repeating the cycle every single profit I made. So after that, I still paid for classes, because obviously nobody's an island, and I don't think that people undermine the value of learning knowledge. I paid for several classes on how to run ads and scale my business. Although it wasn't cheap, but I can definitely testify that it was very much worth it, because that was what took my business from making 100 a month to making 1M a month. I actually make much more than that. I'm just saying, like when I started, that was what I was saying. I actually make much more than that now, currently, in a month. But after I took the classes, it started taking me from making that 100,000 a month to making much more than that, like times 10 of it. Even up to now, I still buy courses, because I still feel like I can still learn more things that I don't know yet. But currently, I still make much more than the 1M a month. I think my monthly revenue is 3M or 3.5M.
Wow.
My monthly revenue. That was what we did last month. So yes, that was what I did to scale my business, buy classes, run ads. And obviously, I felt like the mentality you will need to make 1 million, your first 1 million in business, is different from the mentality you need to make your first 10 million. So that was why I had to scale. I had to employ people, because before I didn't want to employ. I was like, I can do it. I can do it myself. But I was like, no. My time is money. So instead of doing small things that won't generate me money, I need to employ people to do that for me.
I know you took this business up just to be able to support your mom, and now you are making millions a month. How does your mom feel about the success of her son? You know, what's going on over there?
Yeah, she's actually very, very proud. I think she talks about me a lot to her friends, which I don't like. But she's very proud of it, and I am happy I'm able to make her happy while she's still around.
I'm proud of you too. And Damien, I love talking to you. You are a fantastic young man. And we'll definitely be in touch in future, because you are the kind of person I want to be mentoring young boys, teenage boys. We need more representation of you out there to show people that there are young boys, there are young men out there that are taking charge of their life. They are doing things that are legit, very important, and they're actually making a lot out of it to be able to live the life that they want. So thank you so much for sharing your story with us.